Hi, and welcome to video number 2. In this specific video, you're going to learn how to get invites fast. The purpose of this exercise is to help you get into the Pinterest ecosystem. Now, if you're aware of how Pinterest has started out and how they work, Pinterest operates on an invite-only system. And that's actually how they started. They started out where they invited people and other people would invite their friends and they would invite their friends and their friends. And what happened is they created a viral desire for people to get invites from their friends. If you think back in the day when Gmail started and so forth, Gmail had invites and they still have invites, but you can actually register on the main site now. And that was many, many years ago, but that system created the viral desire, but at the same time can somewhat create an annoyance if you don't know a friend who has Pinterest. So that's what this video is all about. Now, obviously, if you already have an account, you can skip this video. But if you don't have a Pinterest account, then listen closely. Now, you can obviously go on the front page, and this takes several days and may not be as quick. So you can go here, you can request an invite. And number 2, you can find a friend who is already a member. But if you don't know anyone, then you can go out on forums, you can go out on Fiverr, and you can go out on Google and find people who are willing to give you Pinterest invites if you follow them. And this could be another tactic where you could give Pinterest invites to your customers who want to follow you, because whoever you invite, they will eventually follow you. So think about that. If you have a bunch of people that are not very tech savvy per se and don't really have friends who have Pinterest and they want to use Pinterest, then you could always invite them and create a following. So that's another technique that you can use. But you got to be careful. You got to avoid Pinterest phishing scams out there. There's a lot of them. In other words, there's a lot of people that will ask you to click this link to get an invite, and instead they're going to forward you to a different page and they're going to get your information and do a bunch of identity theft. So you definitely want to avoid that and use your due diligence. Now let's talk about finding people who can really quickly give you invites. And number 1, you can go to Google, look for people in forums that will give you Pinterest invites. And number 2, you can go through a paid option if you want it fast. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that right now. So the first thing I want you to do is hop on over to Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. And it's a site where you can pay people $5 to do just about anything. I use this site a lot. And what we need to do is look for Pinterest invites and do a search on that keyword. And then after that, click on rating, so that way you rate everybody who has good ratings on the top or at the top. So it says here, I will create Pinterest pin or promote an existing pin. No, we don't want that. We just want to have an invite. And another thing you can do is click on Express Gigs. And what Express Gigs are, you will basically receive the Pinterest invite within 24 hours. So we see here one person has an invite for Express Gigs. And the whole point is this. Yes, you're paying $5, but you can create 5 accounts. And with these 5 accounts, you can invite yourself. So from 5 accounts alone, or even from 1 account, you can invite yourself over and over again. So it gives you an avenue to start out, pay once, and then you have a lot of accounts later down the road. And of course, Fiverr does take PayPal, so just create a Fiverr account, pay $5, and that's it. Now, if you don't want to pay $5, that's fine. But you'll need to go on to Google and look for Pinterest invite forums. So type these 3 keywords in here, and sometimes you'll find people like this. Anyone need a Pinterest invite? And most people will be willing to give it to you, because when you accept that invite, you begin to follow that person. So you need to be aware of that. So another thing is, if you want to find people that are possibly targeted in your specific audience, you could say Pinterest invite and put whatever your audience is or your niche is. Like, for example, assuming the person who is inviting posts up on a forum, need a Pinterest invite, and then in this case, this question here, we post it here, and then we put the niche or specific topic that you're trying to target, and then the word forum. So in this case, I'm targeting cooking forums, and I'm trying to figure out if there is anybody out there who wants me to follow them. So as you can see here, some of these say, if you need an invite, shoot me an email at this place here. And this is quite recently. Today is August 2012. This is July. And we can just click on this, and we can see it's somebody has to do with cooking, and just contact that person. Now keep in mind, this can take a few days as well, but it's probably, if you can find somebody who's pretty active in a forum, they're probably going to get back to you fairly quickly. But I would say Fiverr.com is the fastest route. You do pay $5, but it's not a lot. And once you do have those 5 invites, then guess what? Those 5 accounts can invite so many more people, and you can create more accounts that way.